What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy, and this is going to be a very different kind of video. I have never really done a video like this before, but I just kind of wanted to try it out and see what people might think, what you all might think of any kind of video like this. The closest thing I can compare it to is back when I made my video, like, probably nearly 2 years ago now, where I was opening up all the parts for my computer that I was putting together. So this is kind of an unboxing video, I guess. I'm a pretty big fan at this point of Magic the Gathering, and so each time a new set has come out, I've gone and bought what's called a fat pack, which usually comes in a package that has one 20-sided die, and then 10 booster packs with 15 cards each, and then, like, I think 80 or so lands. So I'm going to be opening up one of those from what is currently the newest set called Throne of Eldraine. And so this right here is what the box art looks like, which is already more detailed than quite a few of the Fat Pack boxes that I've gotten before. Now, I've already opened up just a little bit, like the outer wrapping and that kind of stuff. One little note, now they used to come with these little booklets, for the Fat Packs that would show you all the different cards in the set. But I don't know if Wizards of the Coast is trying to be environmentally friendly, or if they're just trying to save themselves some money or whatever, but now they just kind of give you something that tells you a website that you can go and visit to look at all the cards in the set, and probably all the cards in all the sets that exist now. I haven't really visited the site, so I don't know if there's any ability to keep track of which cards you have and which ones you don't. That would be a really nice feature if that's a thing, but I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to open this thing up, and now they always come with this little cardboard insert that helps the bottom part not go in too far whenever you put it in the top. So right off the bat, I'm going to note, this is the 20-sided die that comes with it. You got the little Throne of Eldraine set symbol thing here, and otherwise large purple D20 with gold-ish lettering, numbering, duh, not letters, numbers. I've noticed in this one, as well as the last core set that came out, which was right before this, that the D20s have been bigger than they were before. But anyway, that is not what I expected to see in that little packet. Maybe they have... Okay, so this appears to all be basic lands. Now, in the other little clear pack, which is usually just lands, I'm seeing a rare card here. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about all these different cards and what they do. But I thought, as I'm opening this, I would at least show you any of the rare, or what they call mythic rare ones, which is supposed to be, like, rarer than rare. Like, mythic is like the highest rarity. Okay, so not only did I get a rare holographic playing card like this, all the lands that came in this particular package were holographic. So I think looks like 4 of each. We got plains, islands, swamps, all the basic lands, just all holographic. So then, for me personally, the rare card that I got in there with it that's holographic, it's called Piper of the Swarm. It's a black creature, human warlock, that gives all rats that you control menace. And you can also use it to create rat creature tokens and... Oh, geez. That's kind of a crazy final ability. If you look down at the bottom of the card here, it's a little hard to see as I'm doing this. You could pay 2 and then 2 swamps, tap this card, sacrifice 3 rats, and then gain control of target creature. Anytime that you have the ability to gain control of somebody else's creature is... yeah, interesting things are going to happen. So anyway, as I am opening up the rest of these packets, I'm going to be sorting them out in front of me here, just kind of into basic piles of, like, lands, creatures, instants and sorceries, and then artifacts and enchantments. I'm really probably only going to take note of the ones that are rare or greater in this, as well as I think I might mention briefly some of the mechanics that they're introducing / maybe coming back to for this set. So this card here has something that's called Adamant, or Adamant, depending on your pronunciation. But anyway, so it says, if at least 3 black mana was spent to cast this spell, create a food token in the case of this card. So the Adamant thing is a mechanic in this set that basically if you pay at least 3 of the same color of mana, I think it's always 3, I'm not 100% sure on that, but if you pay at least 3, for example, of a certain kind of mana as you're playing a particular card, then it'll have an additional effect. So that's one thing in this set. Another thing that's unique to this set, if you look at this card, down towards the bottom left of it, like, not only is this a creature that you can play, but it's also got an additional option, which, so basically you can do that part of it, have that effect happen, and then it says, after that effect takes place, it says, then exile this card. You may cast the creature later from exile. So you can cast it just as a straight up creature from your hand, but you also can, in this case, do an instant, and the card will be out of your hand, but you can cast it later, which is an entirely unique thing. I think this would also add a lot more flexibility in terms of, like, hand size and being able to keep more cards playable for longer. But anyway, so I'm not seeing too many other things that would be super unique to this set. I did mention, like, the food token as I was talking about the one Adamant effect. Food tokens are something that I think is unique to this set, where it basically just gives you, like, a token artifact thing that you can, I think, pay 2 mana, sacrifice it, and gain some life, is typically how that works. Now, in terms of particular creature types, I think you basically have a bunch of humans where it specializes. You'll have kind of knights in particular that are also a specialty, and then maybe a couple of other subsets, but those are the ones I've noticed most. And I'm already gonna tell you that I will not have enough time to cover every single little uncommon card, especially, that I get. So the first other rare that I'm getting here is Sundering Stroke. Deals 7 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. If at least 7 red mana was spent to cast this spell, it does 7 damage to each of those permanents and or players. So kind of kind of continuing with the adamant idea, but like taking it to a further extent. Also got a little human creature token thing here. Anyway, I'm going to try and go a little quicker with the remaining packs. I'm also going to need to move this microphone a little bit. It's kind of in my way. You know what? I'll push it back this way some. That should do better. Yeah, now if I happen to pick up on any other things that are special about this set, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I don't think there's going to be all that much going on with it. And if there is and I miss it, feel free to leave comments down below. Alright, so the next rare I got is this artifact right here. Wishclaw Talisman. Enter the battlefield with 3 wish counters on it. You can pay 1, tap it, and remove a wish counter. And then search your library for a card, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. An opponent gains control of Wishclaw Talisman. Huh, interesting. Okay. So, it surprises me a little bit that that would go back and forth like that and still be considered a rare, but what do I know? Yeah, and every once in a while you'll get a somewhat useless card that is really just shameless self-promotion of other things. That one seemed to be talking specifically about the Magic the Gathering Arena, which is essentially Magic the Gathering but in video game form. Available, I think right now it's still only available for PC. I might be wrong on that, though. Enchantment, artifact, land. Oh yeah, so some of these lands have kind of interesting things going on with them. Like there's certain ones where if you control 3 or more of the general color of it, so in this case swamps, as you play this land, then it enters untapped. And then there's some additional effect that happens as well. So, I think that's something that's also kind of unique to this set. Anyway, gonna try and go through the rest of these cards pretty quickly. Ooh. Okay, so this one isn't a rare, but it's a legendary creature that I think should be interesting. Power is equal to the number of cards in your hand, fitting for a blue card. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Spells your opponents cast that target Sir Eleonora cost 2 more to cast. Interesting. Ooh, and then we get to the rare, which is another legendary creature. We got a Merfolk Wizard. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard, but you can tap it, choose target artifact card in your graveyard, and you can cast that card this turn. Interesting. So, there seems to be a slight emphasis on artifacts within this set as well. Okay, so I got a rare sorcery here. Creatures of the type of your choice get -3/-3 until end of turn. I guess it's nice that you can just pick a particular creature type and do that. I think especially with the emphasis on humans within this set, that's kind of designed to go specifically counter to that. Also got another holographic card. It's only an uncommon, though. Anyway. And what is this? On an adventure. After an adventure resolves, you can place the exiled card here. You may cast... Oh! So this is kind of meant to designate the... like, cards like this that have... I guess the first effect is known as... Yeah, first effect is known as an adventure on these cards. And this gives you, like, a designated zone to put those cards so that you know that they're still playable, even though they're exiled. Okay, that's kind of a handy thing to have, actually. And I think generally Wizards of the Coast, with all these sets that they come out with for Magic the Gathering, they're pretty good at giving you stuff that you might need, or especially that would be really useful to, play through and engage in the different mechanics that they're introducing. Oh, okay. So I've got a rare land here. Castle, how do you pronounce that? Luckthwain? Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp. So you pay 1 and 2 black, draw a card, then lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. I've never been a big fan of, pay life to draw a card kind of effects, but those usually are valued pretty highly within the game of Magic overall, just because they increase the overall flexibility, and basically they give you more options. Any card that gives you a bunch of options is going to be considered high value within Magic, typically speaking. Alright, so now I got a rare enchantment here. You may have Mirror Maid enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or enchantment on the battlefield. Okay. And just holographic creature card thing here again. So I got a rare creature here. An 8/8 trample and haste. Jeez. And it only costs 5 mana? Whenever Clackbridge Troll enters the battlefield, target opponent creates 3/0/1 white goat creature tokens. At the beginning of combat on your turn, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If a player does, tap Clackbridge Troll. Okay, that's why it's got the cost it has. But then you gain 3 life and you draw a card. Dang. Okay. That seems like a pretty useful creature there. Probably going to try and work that into a deck. I'll have to look at these cards a lot closer before I officially establish which ones I'm going to try and put into a deck. Usually I try and make a new deck with each set that I get. Okay, next rare I get is a Giant Killer. So 1-drop white creature that also has a 3-cost adventure effect. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. And then for the creature part itself, you can pay 1 and a white, tap this, and then tap target creature. Ooh, second rare in this one. Also holographic, which is nice. Return of the Wild Speaker. Choose 1. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control, or non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. Interesting. So, I would say I'm a little bit disappointed I haven't picked up a Planeswalker, but there's only supposed to be, I think, 3 in this set. And, all of the sets coming out for a while are only supposed to have 3 Planeswalkers in each set, because after the massive Planeswalker overkill that was War of the Spark, they needed to kind of tone it down for a while. Otherwise, just the overall standard metagame would get ridiculous. Bone Crusher Giants. Rare, red creature. It has an adventure. It costs 2. Damage can't be prevented this turn, and it deals 2 damage to any target. And then the creature itself is a 4/3 that costs 3 mana. And whenever it becomes the target of a spell, Bone Crusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. Jeez. Getting some pretty good ones here by the look of it. Alright. Last pack. Here we go. Uncommon Land. Tournament Grounds. You could tap it to add a colorless, or you can add a red, white, or black, but only if you use it to cast a knight or an equipment spell. Okay, that's quite unusual. Ooh, another... as I drop the cards. Another legendary creature here, Human Knight. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Sir Conrad the Grim deals 1 damage to each opponent. That sounds like something that would happen quite frequently. So, geez. Let me pick up these last few cards. And here's the final rare that I've gotten. It's a single mountain for the cost. Single red. 1/1 Human Knight, but it's got first strike and haste. And whenever it attacks, another target attacking knight you control gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn. Equip abilities you activate that target Fervent Champion cost 3 less to activate. Jeez, okay, that's why it's rare. So, you put it out there and then equip it like crazy, and it's crazy strong. So, anyway. So those are some of the cards in the new Magic the Gathering Throne of Eldraine. If you're interested in Magic the Gathering at all, I do have the arena downloaded onto my computer, so I could make some videos out of playing that if you want. But whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comments section. And you know the whole gist with everything else: like, share, subscribe, click the bell, all that jazz, and just look down in the description if you're not sure. But yeah, otherwise, that's going to do it for this time around. I don't expect to be making too many of these kind of videos. I just wanted to try this out as something new and different. And if it gets a good response, maybe I'll do it again in the future, whenever the next set comes out and I buy another one of these fat pack things here. So anyway, that's it. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you next time. But until then, stay cool, people.